What's going on, everybody? Back with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about the Spyderco Gayle Bradley. This is an excellent knife and I've been using it a little bit. This is not my knife. I borrowed it from Jeff Juice 3886. But I feel like I borrowed it a little too long now and I'm going to go and return it. But might as well do a review before I return the knife back to him. So feel free to pause the video, take a look at the specs. I'm going to go move on to the size comparisons. Alright, well, back with the size comparisons here. Now, I just want to let you guys know that I actually do read your comments and I do take it pretty seriously. I did get a few comments saying that I spent a little bit too much time on the size comparisons. So, I read the chart a little bit by writing the names in bold black lettering. And I'm just going to go ahead and run through this really quickly so you guys don't have to feel like you're watching this for too long. So, let's start with the US dollar here. You can tell it's much longer than the US dollar. And as I move it up to the credit cards, you can see it's still longer than two credit cards put side by side. I'm just rotate the chart here. I'm going to move it, just kind of center it, hopefully. Just about there. And now my usual size comparisons, of course, would be the Benchmade Mini Grip and the full-size Griptilian. I'm going to put the knife right in the middle of this, line it up. And you guys can just read down the side of the chart. All you gotta do is just, oops, let me move this up a little bit. All you guys gotta do is just read down the side of the chart, pause the videos, and just take a look at how this stacks up to other more popular knives. Got Emerson's over here, Cold Steels, Microtechs, Striders right here for some more popular size comparisons. We'll move the chart down this way, and let's, now obviously this knife is going to be much larger than the Spyderco Ladybug, so I'm just going to move it right here in the middle. Again, pause the video, read down the size of the chart. We got some very popular Spydercos here, got some Kershaws here, CRKT, here's a large Sabenza. And go and pause the video, take a look, and I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the next segment of the review. Okay, well, let's start with some macros on this knife. So let's start off with the handle, because this is one of the best features of the knife. Not the best feature, but one of the best features is this awesome carbon fiber. Look how this thing reflects light as I twist it. Very beautiful. And what I love about it is that it's textured just like the Stage 1. So I wish more carbon fiber knives or carbon fiber handle knives would feature like this. You know, not smooth, you know, nicely textured, absolutely gorgeous. All right, well, let's move on to the pivot here. You can tell you can adjust the knife pivot here if you like. You can tell it's tapped up here and all four sides here, so you can put the pocket clip on any side that you want. I didn't take the pocket clip from Jeff because I kind of like this, you know, like it when it's nice and sterile and clean like this without a clip. So, but the clip is very nice. I did get a chance to take a look at it while I was at his house. And here's a little shot of the liner lock. As you can tell, this is very, very thick liners on here, locking up at 50%. And listen to the liner lock. Absolutely no sound. I mean, this is like just perfect. And even like that, no blade play at all. So very nice. So listen to the lockup sound. So it's very heavy duty, as you can tell. They did take a little small cutout here to allow you better access for your thumb. A fair bit of jimping on the liner lock itself to, you know, get more purchase as you try and disengage the lock. I want to show you something really interesting. The little relief cutout on the liner lock itself is actually not much. It's very nice, and the reason why I mention that is that on some knives, for example, my zero tolerance 0551, you can tell how thick this frame lock is, and then look at that. It's like a little sliver here that they took a lot of material out, you know. Now, I'm sure this thing won't break, but it's a little worrisome. But you can tell compared to the Gayle Bradley, you know, it's very nice because he didn't take very much out on the Gayle Bradley at all. But they took a huge chunk out of the zero tolerance. So I kind of like it when they do that. I mean, it's a little bit. I'm sure it doesn't really affect it very much, but it's less worrisome to me when they don't take a lot of material out of the relief bend here. You can tell this is not the skeletonized version. You see right into the knife there. On the back of the knife, it's basically open, you know, so you can clean it out if you like rather easily. You got 3 standoffs here. There's the lanyard tube right there. You can thread something through it, maybe some 550 or something like that, but it's a rather small hole. And very awesome. You can use the back part as a impact weapon. You know, now this knife is probably geared more toward a worker's knife, not a tactical knife, but you know, it is nice that it is there that if you do need it. All right, moving up toward the blade here, excellent jimping as Spyderco always provides here. Look at that, absolutely beautiful, very nicely cut. As for the writing on the blade, this is a Spyderco CPM M4. Here's a spider bug right there. Generous size lanyard hole. Generous size thumb hole. So even if you're wearing gloves, you can probably still open this knife rather easily. The knife is made in Taiwan, if that matters to any of you guys. It is Gayle Bradley's logo on this side. And onto the blade. The blade is absolutely beautiful, by the way. And I cleaned this blade off, by the way. Jeff let me borrow some flints, and then the blade is actually shined up very nicely. I put this blade through a bunch of cardboard, and it held up pretty well. And but of course, a lot of the tape on the cardboard kind of stained the blade a little bit, so I got all that removed. But very nice swedge out of here. Typical Spyderco shaped blade. Nice belly, uber sharp, by the way. And like I said, this thing made short work of that cardboard. I mean, there's nothing left of that thing. It only took me a few minutes, but I got a huge box down to like little tiny, 8x8 squares. Like a massive box. This box that I was cutting through was used to hold a wheelchair, and so you can imagine how large the box is. And I got it all down to little 8x8 squares, for recycling. Alright, so this concludes the macro of the knife. Well, alright, well there you go. That was my take on the Spyderco Gayle Bradley. Very, very awesome knife. I have to admit that I have highly enjoyed using this knife, and it's very, very nice. Just a word of caution, and for anybody who wants a light knife, this is not it. This is a rather heavy knife. You can feel the substantialness in this knife. And even the skeletonized version I read on the website was not much lighter. So, and this knife is rather heavy toward the handle side. Let's see here. See that? So much heavier on the handle side. So if that is a requirement, then it'd be a perfect knife for you. If you guys like it heavier or more balanced toward the blade side, then this would probably not be the knife for you. But very, very awesome, very smooth. This thing is like butter smooth right here. And you can easily flick it out. Very ambidextrous. You can tell I'm just doing this with my right hand, left hand, and I can close it too. Very awesome. So very, very nice, very good feeling knife, and heavy worker. I put this through a bunch of cardboard. It's still held up, although it did take a little bit of time to bring it back to that absolute razor sharpness with a sharp maker, this being the M4 steel on here. But highly worth it if you want a worker's knife. I mean, that's exactly what this knife was meant to be. All right, well, a big thanks goes out to Jeff Juice 3886 for allowing me to, the opportunity to borrow this knife and to use it for a couple weeks and beat up on it just a tiny bit. So that was very gracious of him. So I'll be bringing you guys back more video. Jeff and I will probably be planning to do some more vids together. Other than that, thank you everybody for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys on the next one.